Okay, guys, we're talking about the shields of faith. You see, we got our shields here, we got our staffs, guys. The armory of heaven is being opened. The shields in the temple are being released. Guys, this is an amazing time. This is an amazing bit of orders from the Lord of hosts that we're giving to you. Guys, there are shields in the temple. If you look at Solomon's temple, there's a room called the House of the Pillars of Lebanon. I have another video on it. And it's the room I'm in. I'm going to show you this room. And in the room, guys, it's a room full of pillars. And then on the wall would be shields of gold. And these shields represent the man-child, okay? And these shields would have certain amounts of gold in them, okay? So there are two types of shields. This is a large shield. I'm going to show you. I placed some other shields on the wall to represent small ones. But the large one would actually be the size of a door, okay? And then there's a smaller one, which is a combat shield, okay? And this is what the Apostle Paul said in Ephesians 6, that above all, you take the shield of faith to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked one, okay? And again, these shields actually represent people. The large shield, there were 200 of them, okay? But we find out in Song of Solomon, chapter 4, verse 4, your neck is like the Tower of David. The Tower of David is the armory, builded as an armory, where hang 1,000 shields. Okay, so here it's talking about 1,000 shields. There was also another 200. That's the 1,200, the man-child, okay? All shields for the mighty men. Okay, so that's what we're talking about. We're getting our shields ready, guys. We're going to have our shields, we're going to have our swords, and we're going to fight. Ah! Glory to his name. Okay, so now let's talk about the verses. Let's talk about the commands from the Lord of hosts. Many of you guys will be seeing things. You'll be seeing things, dreams and visions of shields or swords, of armor, of helmets, all of this, okay? But this is what the Lord said. He prophesied. He told Abraham, I am your shield, your exceedingly great reward. Okay? And the Lord has opened his armories, and he has brought forth the weapons of his indignation for the work of the Lord, of the Lord of hosts in the land of the Chaldeans, or Babylon. So the orders are going forth against Babylon. Come against her, destroy her utterly. Okay? In 1 Thessalonians 5 verse 8, let us who are of the day be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love, and the helmet and the hope of salvation. Okay? So, we're mustering the troops. We're mustering the armies, guys. I'm not sure when this video will post, but we've already had the 24th day of the 11th month when the horses are being released. Okay? The war is being released against Babylon. Okay? And this is Aholibah, okay? And this is these are the commands in Ezekiel 23:23, guys. We judge and we make war. All of them of desirable men, captains, rulers, great lords of renown, all of them riding on horses. Okay, many of you are going to see horses. And they shall come against you with chariots and wagons and wheels, and with all the assembly of the people, which shall set themselves with the shield. Okay? And there's two types of shield. There's a small shield, which I'll show you, and the large shield. Okay? And the helmet round about, and I will set judgment before them, and they shall judge you. Who? The whore of Babylon. You shall judge Babylon according to their judgments. Alright? Isaiah 21. These are commands, guys. Take heed. Arise, you princes. Anoint the shield. For thus says the Lord God, go set a watchman. Let him declare what he sees. And he saw a chariot with a couple of horsemen, and a chariot of donkeys, and a chariot of camels. And he hearkened diligently with much heed. And he cried, a lion. A lion is the lion of the tribe of Judah. My Lord, I stand continually on the watchtower in the daytime. I am set in the ward whole nights. And behold, there comes a chariot of men. And this chariot of men, we also see the armies of heaven, the chariots going forth, with the horsemen. And we're going to read the horsemen as well. And he answered and said, Babylon is fallen. Babylon is fallen. All of her graven images and her gods has he broken to the ground. That's what we're saying. The war is going forth. Babylon is fallen, guys. So order the buckler, order the shield. Draw near to battle, harness the horses. Get up, you horsemen, stand forth with your helmets. Furbish the spears. Okay? Put on the brigades. Come up, you horses, and rage, you chariots. Let the mighty men come forth. For this is the day of the Lord of hosts, a day of vengeance, that he may avenge his adversaries. And that's what's happening right now. We're avenging our adversaries. We're coming against Babylon, guys. And take heed. It says in Micah 5, muster the troops, O daughter of troops. Siege is laid upon us. Now is the time of war, guys. It's the time of war. In Psalm 144, verse 2, he which teaches my hands to war, my fingers to fight, and my goodness and my fortress, my high tower, my deliverer, my shield, he and him in whom I trust. So guys, now it's time to anoint the shield, to trust in the Lord, to go forth the battle against Babylon. 1 Chronicles 12, verse 8. The Gadites were separated them unto David in the hold of the wilderness, mighty men, men of war, fit for battle, that could handle the shield and the buckler, whose faces were the faces like lions. Okay, so guys, I'm going to have more and more on the army. But I also want to read to you the timing of this. Okay, so pay close attention to what I'm saying, because the first thing you have is a decree from the king, and it goes forth with the priest. So 2 Kings 11:4. But in the 7th year of Jedediah, he sent and brought captains of the Karaites and of the guards, and had them come to the house of the Lord. So in the house of the Lord, guys, you assemble in the house of the Lord. The house of the Lord is also the armory. I'm going to show you this room. It also represents the armory. That's where you have the weapons. David's sword, when he defeated Goliath, was in the temple. Okay, we have shields up. I'm going to show you shields in the armory, in the room of pillars that Solomon set up. Yeah, someone's excited. Oh, that was great. And he made a covenant with them to put them under oath of the house of the Lord, and showed them the king's son. Okay, this is about the king's son. Captains did according to all that Jedediah the priest commanded, and they brought them his men and put them in duties on the Sabbath. And those who were come on the duty in the Sabbath were come to Jedediah the priest. We're going to talk about more of this later. And the priest gave to the captains spears and shields that had been David's, which were in the house of the Lord. So the shields are in the house of the Lord, guys. You know, if you ever picture, like a medieval temple with shields on the wall with, different types of things, they're all copying Solomon, Solomon's temple had these, okay? And there's wards, and there's posts, and there's orders. So we're issuing these orders. The command is going forth, okay? And we find this on a precise day. I told you the 7th year, Jedediah the priest got this command to go forth to the captains. We find this in Zechariah 1. Upon the 24th day of the 11th month, which is the month of Sabbath, okay, in the year of Darius, there came the word of the Lord unto Zechariah, saying, I saw by night, behold, a man riding a red horse. Now is the time for you to ride the red horse, the spirit horses. And he stood among the myrtle trees. The myrtle trees is Esther's name, Hadassah in Hebrew, is myrtle trees, okay? And he brought to the ravine, and behold, there were red horses, speckled and white. And I said, Lord, what are these? An angel that talked with me said, I will show you who these be. And a man stood among the myrtle trees, answered, and said, These are they whom the Lord of hosts has sent to walk to and fro throughout the whole earth. And they answered, the angel of the Lord. So now it's the time when the saints of the Most High, getting commands from the Lord of hosts, will battle with the angels. The angels will be giving commands, okay? And we'll take these commands and we'll go forth and we'll do battle and mighty exploits in these last days. And they answered the angel of the Lord that stood among the myrtle trees and said, We have walked to and fro throughout the whole earth, and behold, the earth stands still, is in that rest. And the angel of the Lord answered and said, O Lord of hosts, how long will you not have mercy on Jerusalem and the cities of Judah, against which you have had indignation these 70 years? So guys, the 70 years of Cyrus' decree is up. Now this command is going forth in the 24th day of the 11th month, okay? And the Lord answered that angel. So, what happens? You get the commands from the are the shields, okay? Take, above all, the shield of faith, okay? And they're in this room. They're in the temple. They're in a room full of pillars. On the walls are shields, okay? This, again, is the large shield. And let me show you the other ones. We have other shields, guys, that we set up. I found these here. And here's our room, okay? So look, here's our pillars. In the room, we got pillars. Okay, it's a room of pillars, and then on the wall you would have shields. Okay, this is a small shield. Okay, and pillars, and there's our small shield again, and then you have windows. Okay, so this, guys, is the room of the pillars. Okay, and you can see we got 3 on this wall, and we got our shield. So this is the room, guys. He's the Lord of hosts is issuing the armory. He's issuing the shield. He's issuing the sword. Okay, from here, then we go forth and we go into battle. So, guys, thanks for watching. This is going to be a video in the playlist on the army. Okay, the army has commands. The army has order. Okay, and now is the time for many of these things to come into fruition. So many of you will see things like, in dreams and visions, maybe even in the natural, these various weapons, these things that the Most High God is issuing powerful things to go forth in war in these last days. So guys, thanks for watching. Please watch videos in the playlist, particularly on this room. We talked about it before. It's called The Pillars in the Temple. And then on the Pillars in the Temple, we also have the shields. So guys, God bless you. Thank you for watching. And watch and pray that you be counted worthy to escape all these things. In Yeshua's name, amen.